Restore. God is holy, so are we. Welcome back. This is day 29. We're pushing up on 30, y'all. Day 29 of the 90-day Jam Lord. That's right, the 90-day journey alongside my Lord. And I am your host, Rashid Jeffries. And today, we're going to break down song number 2 of the project entitled Sheed 63, The Legacy. This is volume 1. And alphabetically, the next song that falls is a song called Attention, A Child is Born. Now we're talking about my passion. We're talking about children. Let's go. This song here is an awesome message. This song actually was inspired, well, it was inspired by a lady by the name of Renee Wallace. She was a member of the church that I attended, Dunamis Outreach Ministries. And she came to me one day because she was about to have her first grandchild. Her daughter was expecting, and she wanted me to write a song to bring perspective to the situation. And so she asked me, she actually knew what the title was going to be. She told me the title. She said, I want it to be called Attention, A Child is Born. And she said she wanted it to bring a sobriety, to bring perspective to the monumental occasion of a child being born and what that should cause in the community, the response that we should have to a child coming into this world. A child is a beautiful blessing. A lot of times we try to scold and ridicule individuals for having children out of wedlock, that having children with people who are not your husband or wife. And of course, the act of fornication is wrong. It's sinful before God. But by the time they are pregnant and they're expecting a child, that child is a blessing called by God from the beginning of time to be here. He knew that child would be born, and he fashioned that child in the womb, and that child is God's child, and that's nothing to be ridiculed about. That's nothing to experience, teasing and things like that, because you're having a child. A child is a beautiful thing. And so I wanted to write this song. What she said really resonated with me. I totally agreed with her sentiment, and so I wrote the song. I don't think I wound up, as a matter of fact, I know I didn't wind up performing the song, but you know how it goes. My songs are my babies, man. So regardless of whether it turned out that I, did what you wanted me to do with it or not, I'm going to keep the song and I'm going to make use of it, because I believe these songs are called of God. I believe these songs have a purpose, and these songs can reach individuals and it can transform their lives. So let's break down Attention, A Child is Born. The chorus says, I'm calling your attention. Yo, I'm blowing loud the horn so I can let everybody know a child is born. Now pay attention to me, people, while I warn you, if we don't raise him right, he might be wild as thorns. I call attention. Yo, I'm blowing loud the horn so I can let everybody know a child is born. Now pay attention to me, people, while I warn you, if we don't raise her right, she might be wild as thorns. I call attention. First to the mom and dad, I tell you, don't get caught up in the common fad that says, look at the cutie, you want a pile of joy, and then you reduce that baby to your dollar toy. But if it's inconvenient, you will not be coping, and you selfishly neglect this if that option's open. You can't allow that. Act like you care and fight this. See, we don't have a youth, we have a parent crisis. First of all, let me say it's wrong for you to think you own that baby. They don't belong to you, but to God. You're responsible for that baby to grow. God's expecting you to raise him in the way he should go. Live right, because to your actions, your child will be listening. See, actions speak louder than words, all right? So to your actions, your child will be listening. Positively affirm them. And they gotta be disciplined. Pour out love and diligently show them what's right. Teach them to love God with all their heart, soul, and the might. I call attention. Second verse. I call attention. Next to the extended family. In the raising of the child, you are to lend a hand. See, the parents ain't the only. I tell you, it's just step one. The parents ain't the only. I tell you, it's just step one. You not being important is a misconception. You know who you are. I mean, it's lots of bundles of grandparents, godparents, and aunts and uncles and cousins. So what if you're not a kin, but you can be involved in the process if you're a friend of the family? You have a role too, and that role is substantial. Invest in the child. Don't make it only financial. And if you're in the family, you're here to support this upbringing and the admonition and fear of the Lord. Don't hesitate to put your knee in the cement and pray for the child. With the parents, be in agreement. Support their authority. And don't ever be negative. Help is something you should expect to give. I'm calling your attention. Last verse. I'm calling your attention. Last to the entire community. And if you say that you are a part of it, then you should be contributing. Now won't you pile on the board and join us? You're vital in raising this child of the Lord. I'm telling you that everybody is in on the raising of the child. Even the business owners, the media, the church, the teacher, the neighbor, the city officials, from the police to the mayor. We all are responsible with the role to uphold. And together, we can help the parents shoulder the load. You want to see a nation that's wild, bad, and crime-filled improve? We can do it one child at a time. And being indifferent, that's a way to kill us. To raise a child right, it really takes a village. So love God and love your neighbor as yourself and plug in. It's so important, I won't ask but tell you pay attention. Yo, I'm blowing loud the horn so I can let everybody know a child is born. Now pay attention to me, people. Well, I warn you, if we don't raise them right, they might be wild as thorns. All right? That is so vitally important. That is the fabric of our society, the very foundation of a healthy society is that family structure, raising those children, the mother and father being married in the same household, raising those children. That's how we get back on the right track. Let's get back to our roots, y'all. Attention, I'm calling your attention, y'all. I'm blowing loud the horn. Let everybody know a child is born. That concludes day number 29 of the 90-day Jam Lord. Make sure you continue to stay tuned for day 30. The monumental day 30 is coming up tomorrow, where we're going to break down a song called Believe It or Not. But until then, I'll say like I always say, this is Restore. God is holy, so are we.